So to close this orientation, the last thing we want to give you are some suggestions from us on how to succeed in the program. And not just how to succeed in the program, but also how to get the most out of the program that you can get. It's possible to get A's in your 10 classes and get your diploma and get out. But there's so much more this program can offer you than just grades and a degree. And if you really embrace it, it can be a life-changing experience. These suggestions were actually filmed as part of our original orientation a few years ago, but I think they're just as true today as they were back then. In fact, I think they're more true today than they were back then, because back then we were a smaller program and we were just starting to understand the power of the diversity of backgrounds and the breadth of experience present in our student body. Now that we're 5 times larger than we were back then, we really know that the biggest asset, the biggest opportunity you'll have in this program is the chance to interact with other students and to learn from them and to let them learn from you. So I think the advice you're about to get from Ebony and I a few years ago is just as pertinent now as it was back then, if not even more so. I've enjoyed introducing you to our program, and I look forward to getting to know you on Reddit, on whatever social networking site we're using at the time, on Piazza, and all around our virtual campus. So welcome again to Georgia Tech. As we get to the end of this orientation, we want to stop for a second and share some tips for success with you. Some of these come from instructors in the program, some come from other students in the program, but generally we want to make sure we give you everything you need to succeed in this program. And part of that is letting you know what has helped other students succeed in the past as well. So we're going to share with you some of their ideas. The first thing we want to share with you is the #1 piece of feedback we get from new students in the program, and that's that these classes can be really, really difficult. Now, many students come to this program from other online experiences like MOOCs or other online programs, and they're surprised to see how difficult these classes can be. But these are real Georgia Tech classes taught by the same instructors, graded by the same graders, and using the same tests and assessments as any class on campus. So they can be very difficult. So towards that end, one thing we recommend is that your first semester in the program, take only 1 class. That first semester, you're going to be learning as much about being in the program as you are learning the material of that class. So take only 1 class in order to set yourself up for success. One thing we really recommend in this program is to try and get into a routine. When you do on-campus classes, you kind of have the routine provided for you. You go to class a certain number of times a week at a certain time, and that kind of gives you your routine for that course. Online though, we don't have that. So we really recommend that you set aside a certain time each week to watch the lectures, a certain time each week to work on the assignments, and definitely set aside some time each week to interact on Piazza with your TAs, instructors, and classmates. That'll make sure you don't get into a situation where halfway into the semester you find out, I'm way behind on this class and I'm never going to catch up. One of the unique opportunities you have in this program is the opportunity to prepare for your courses in advance. Most of our classes make all the materials available at udacity.com, so if you're not sure if you're ready for a course, you can preview it there and decide if you're actually ready to take that course. They also provide readiness questions on the program website. You can use those to evaluate whether or not you're ready for the course and what you need to brush up on in order to get ready for the course. Some classes involve things like C programming or linear algebra that you may not have seen in several years, so you want to give yourself a chance to refresh yourself on those things before you take those courses. Use the materials available to you to decide what classes you're ready to take and what you need to do to get ready for those classes. It's possible to get through this program with relatively little interaction with your classmates. Most classes don't require forum participation, few classes have group projects, and you don't have to get involved with the social communities. But we really recommend you do these things. One of the biggest assets of this program is the students themselves. You'll be in classes with scientists, executives, influential people from around the world, and they'll have unique insights and perspectives into your work. So while you're in this program, take advantage of this resource. Interact on the forums, interact on the social communities, get to know your classmates, and take advantage of access to this very unique student body. We hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about what the OMSCS program is going to be like. More importantly, we hope we've helped set you up for success in the program.
If you'd like to give us any feedback on this orientation, there's a survey link provided in the notes below. We'd love to hear if there are things you'd like to see included in a future version of this orientation, or if there are things we could have explained better.
Congratulations on your acceptance into this program. Welcome to Georgia Tech. Now get ready for a hell of a ride on your way to becoming a hell of an engineer.